I am doing an unboxing video because I have absolutely no self-control and I bought a bunch of books from eBay. So the only thing I know about them is that they are adult fictional, smalls, historical, approximately 25. That's what it says on the label and that's what it said on eBay. My boyfriend was very, very pleased that I decided to go and buy this. I had my trusty craft knife. Hopefully I'm not cutting any books in the process. Oh, there's one right at the top. If you enjoy watching things like women opening boxes, why not subscribe for more quality content? Okay, first one is, it's a pole art book, The Black Moon by Winston Graham. A hero, a heritage, a history. So I don't know where it is in the pole. Oh, the fifth one. I haven't read any of them, so this will be very useful. Oh, crikey. Ken Follett, World Without End. Oh, it's a sequel to The Pillars of the Earth. Well, I do want to read Pillars of the Earth, so I now have the sequel to go with it. Next one is Distant Thunder by T.D. Griggs. A forbidden love, a vow for revenge, and an empire on the brink of war. Oh, Bangalore, 1893. Oh, seems to be about rape at some point. Oh God. Into the Valley of Death. Fast-moving, exciting historical fiction, bringing the Crimea back to life. Oh, Conn, who I do like. Crimea and war fiction really isn't my bag, which it is historical fiction, so a lot of that is sort of war accounts, but I'll probably give it to my brother. He's interested in those sorts of things. Oh, this one's got a nice cover. River of Destiny by Barbara Erskine. The river is ready to reveal its ancient secrets. Oh. On the banks of the River Deben in Suffolk lie ancient barns dating back to Anglo-Saxon times, within whose walls secrets have lain buried for centuries. I'm a Celtic scholar, so the Anglo-Saxon period, maybe I'll hate read it. Brothers in War, a tale that has its heart and soul in the law and landscape of Cornwall. About the First World War, I'm quite interested in that period. So yeah, this might be something I read, and I love Cornwall. Ooh, Kingdom, A Warrior Comes of Age, which is book 2 of the Saladin trilogy. So I'm guessing it's about the Crusades. Yep, the top line just says, the young warrior Saladin joins, and I thought that that was his name for a second. Oh crikey. Oh. Diana Gabaldon. She wrote the Outlander series, which I am not a fan of. I haven't actually read any of them, but I dislike the TV show immensely, and from the segments I read of the book, I am not a big fan, but this is not that. 1771, the colony of North Carolina stands in an uneasy balance with the rich colonial aristocracy on one side and the struggling pioneers of the backcountry on the other. Ooh, colonisation. Between them stands Jamie Fraser, a man of honour, a man of worth, exiled from his beloved Scotland. Oh, so this is like after Outlander. God, who doesn't want to read about some colonists? Ooh, Jack White, Merlin, Arthur the Sun, Book 1. 409 AD, is still okay. In Britain, the Roman legions are gone. Britain is abandoned, and the fledgling colony of Camelot needs a new leader. Two young men related by blood step forward, prepared to share that responsibility. Caius Merlin Britannicus, the grandson of Camelot's founder, and his first cousin, the Celtic prince Uther Pendragon. Okay, well this might be interesting. Oh, it looks like an interesting sort of retelling. I don't know how Roman heavy it is. Oh, that's a shame. He's got Roman names for places, but he hasn't got Celtic names. Very bad. So the next one is The Golden Prince by Rebecca Dean. Edward the VIII became notorious, but in 1911 he was a prince straight from a fairy tale. Not sure about that. I'm quite interested in the Edwardian period. I have read several books sort of set in the period, but they've not been historical fiction. That'll definitely go into a keep pile. Iron Winter by Stephen Baxter. It seems to be about flooding happening in the early medieval period. Not sure about that one. Maybe read a couple of chapters, see if I like it or not. Ooh, very nice cover. Blood and Beauty. The Borgias, driven by power, defined by blood. Sarah Dunant? This is definitely going into the keep pile. I'm very interested in sort of the Renaissance period. Sisters of Treason. There's some very good sort of women-led ones coming out. Oh, this is by Elizabeth Freemantle, who I recognise her name. Oh, it's Queen Mary. I'm fairly interested in the Tudor period, so yeah, I will read that one. It's another pole art book. It's Demelza, which is the second one, I think. It's the one my mum has. I might read this one. I wonder if there's any more in here. Maybe I'll get the full set. To defy a king, spirited daughter, rebellious wife, powerful woman, by Elizabeth Chadwick. I love the cover. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything red with a bit of gold sort of filigree on it. It looks like it's set in the early 1200s, so that's quite early medieval, which I'm really interested in. I will definitely be keeping that one. Can we see a theme in which ones I'm definitely keeping? Ooh! Susanna Gregory, The Devil's Disciples. It is 10 years since the Black Death reaped its harvest at Cambridge. Now, in the stifling summer of 1357, an even more sinister visitor is at large. He claims that the plague will come again, and he can save lives. Last time God failed. Next time it is in the devil's hands. This does actually sound really interesting. So the Black Death and God versus the devil. Yeah, okay, yeah, keeping that. Margaret Dickinson, Without Sin. Looks a bit twee, if I'm honest. It's working class sort of women, historical women who were famously underrepresented, but not sure about that one. Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. I actually have another Henry James up there, which is The Turn of the Screw, which is his sort of horror novella. I didn't find it that scary, but I did quite like it. Oh, it's about her refusing marriage. I'll probably keep this one because it is a classic, so I should read it. I don't really read as much classics as I should. Oh, my hand just really hurts for some reason. Downstairs Maid, Rosie Clark. Can Emily rise from servant to mistress? If we're looking at historical precedent, probably not. Not sure about this one. I am interested in love over class divides, but I don't know how good the writing is going to be. If you like Downton Abbey, you'll love this. I don't really like Downton Abbey, but maybe for that one. King of Ithaca, Adventures of Odysseus by Glyn Iliffe. Oh, I've just finished reading The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I'm going to read Circe as well at some point. Oh, it's sort of pre-Trojan War sort of stuff. So yeah, I will keep that. That is interesting. The ancient Greeks are very interesting people. Not as interesting as the Celts, but Eagles at War by Ben Kane. That's quite a stunning cover, I have to say. Only the gods can save the Romans now. AD 9, Germania. East of the Rhine, tribes hostile to Rome prepare a deadly ambush. Their leader is a charismatic chieftain and trusted ally of Rome, Arminius. Why does he have a Roman name? Whose dream is to drive out the brutal invaders of his land. Okay. Oh, okay, this does sound quite interesting actually. And obviously, people living in Germania were somewhat similar to the insular Celts in Britain. I don't know if they are technically Celts, probably. At the Ruin of the World by John Henry Clay. An epic of war and love in the twilight of empire. Oh, Attila the Hun. Screw the Roman Empire. Yeah, not really interested in that one. Okay. Luckily there's not many in there now, so it's quite light. Warrior of Rome, The Wolves of the North by Harry Sidebottom. Oh, poor Harry, what a name. AD 263, the Empire is threatened. The savage barbarian tribes of the steppes grow bold. Ballista, warrior of Rome, is sent on an impossible mission to turn the barbarians against each other. He will face the Heruli, the eaters of flesh, the wolves of the north, most terrifying of all the nomad tribes. Here's my problem with this. I really hate having people of any sort, particularly native peoples, being described as ruthless barbarians, savage killers, and eaters of flesh. It's just such a reductionist view of history, and it's not true. And the Romans did really horrible things. Like, yeah, the Celts used to behead their enemies after battle, but the Romans built the Colosseum, it's so skewed. It's all based on just the Roman account of things, which, strangely enough, do paint the other people as savages. And the Celts were not savages. They were actually quite sophisticated people, more sophisticated than the Romans in some areas. Ben can have that one. Ooh, The King's Concubine, England's Most Scandalous Mistress by Anne O'Brien. Better than Philippa Gregory, apparently, according to the bookseller. It does look like a Philippa Gregory novel. This sort of, these like gold vines is very Philippa Gregory. One marriage, three people, proud king, loving wife, infamous mistress. 1362, Philippa of Hainault selects a young orphan from a convent, Alice Perez, a girl born with nothing but ambition. The queen has a role waiting for her at court. I've lifted you from nothing, Alice. Now you repay me. Ooh, so she has become the concubine to the king. That goes in the keep pile. Keep pile's looking fairly big, so that's good. Oh god, this is the last one. And it is a hell of a last book. This is, what is it? By Nigel Tranter, the Bruce Trilogy. The heroic story of Robert the Bruce and his passionate struggle for Scotland's freedom. Steps to the empty throne, the path of the hero king, the price of the king's peace. So it looks like it's 3 in Bruce Trilogy, yeah. I'm so glad that my MA education is being well used. In a world of treachery and violence, Scotland's most famous hero unites his people in a deadly fight for national survival. Maybe? I'll put this into the maybe pile. It looks like it might be really dry. This might be one for Ben. How many books was that? I also had to add that I got all of those books for, I'll put the proper price up, but I think it was like or 20 or 25 pounds. Already looking at the size of the books I want to keep, it was well worth it. So all in all, I'm really pleased I did it. I'm going to go through now the books that I definitely want to keep, the ones that are maybes, the ones I give to my brother, and the ones I do not want. No, don't come down. Okay, so these are the books that I'm going to keep, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 books. These are definitely keeps and I'm definitely going to read. I will list them all in the description, but I have gone through them all as well. They generally are, with the exception of these 2, I think they are all about women. They're pretty much all written by women. So now I'm going to do a pile of stuff to give to my brother, whether he likes it or not, really. There's nothing wrong with these books necessarily, they're just not my thing. So I'd rather them to go to him. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 giving away to my brother. Maybe I've nabbed a Christmas present actually. Sorry Ben. Now I'm going to look at all the ones that I'm going to try out but I might not keep. This is going to be the majority of them, I think. Okay, 10 books that I'm going to try out. Some of them do look quite good, some of them I'm really not sure about. And actually there's only one book that I definitely don't want and I won't give to Ben, and that is The Fiery Cross by Diana Iggulden. I don't think I'll enjoy it in any way. I will try to sell it or give it away. 9 books that I want to read and I'm going to keep for 20-25 quid is amazing, and I got way more than that. So I'm sure that quite a few of these will also be kept. It's something that I might do again in the future, but we'll see. I think that my boyfriend's angry enough with me for now for buying even more books. But I need my paper children. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, then subscribe. I will be talking more about the Celts, surprisingly enough, very soon. I need to do some reading on Boudica, both for my MA dissertation and for the video I'm going to make about Boudica and Mad Max. So that's probably going to be coming up next week. But I hope this satisfies you until then. Pulling books out of a box. Again, fantastic content. Subscribe for more. I'll see you soon.